So yesterday I was casually walking around Blackpool Zoo with the kids and they were annoying a giant anteater, so I thought let's go on Sky Sports News, see if there's any breaking transfer news. There wasn't, but what there was the Charity Shield. I completely forgot about it. I thought the season was about 5 or 6 weeks away. So underprepared. By the way, Van Dijk, he is finished, and Salah, best in the world, 12 finals, 2 penalty goals and no goals from open play. Have a day off. Better than players like Ronaldo and Henry? No chance. Anyway. That means the Premier League is 3 or 4 days away and I am so underprepared. I haven't done my fantasy football team, I haven't done any prediction videos. I've literally just spent the whole summer talking about Brian Mbeumo, Matheus Cunha and Benjamin Sesko. Now, I normally predict the whole league. I clearly haven't got time for that, and to be honest, I can't even be asked, and I'm way off anyway, so what's the point? So I'm just going to predict where United will finish, and just be known, I have got this wrong from time to time. 2 years ago, I predicted United to win the league. Last year, I predicted them to finish third. Obviously, that didn't quite happen. Sometimes I'm not right, but this year, I feel like I will be. Now, before I get into it, I hope you enjoyed last season. United finished 15th, or they're in a relegation battle, they're going down. United are not going to be in a relegation battle this season. We're not even going to finish bottom half this season. I promise you. We're not. So you've had your laughs, it ain't happening again. That was a one-off freak season, like when Leicester won the league. United are not a relegation team. We're not talking about Everton or Fulham here. United are normally in and around the top 4. Last season was a complete anomaly. Have I even said that right? Anomaly. I think so. You know what I mean? It was a one-off, a freak season. It's never happening again. Like this whole opinion that because United was shit last year, we're just going to be shit forever. It is just utter crap. I mean, Chelsea, under Frank Lampard, finished 12th a couple of years ago. Now they're world champions. There's so many examples of teams who have been crap and then like 18 months later are amazing. Look at Newcastle. Right, they went from a relegation battle every single season. 18 months later, they're in the Champions League. Leicester, relegation battle, nearly gone down. A year later, they've won the league title. Look at Forest last year. They're normally a relegation team. They nearly qualified for the Champions League last year. Aston Villa were in a relegation battle under Steven Gerrard. 18 months later, under I can't even say his name, Unai Emery, they're in the Champions League again. None of them clubs are anywhere near the size of United. So if them clubs can do it, people think we can't do it are absolutely delusional. I actually think there is a massive chance this year for United to have a good season. There's so much going on. Literally everyone is in Europe apart from United. And I think that's a huge benefit. Now, some people will argue, no, you need to be playing games. I don't think so. I think it's a massive advantage. When do teams ever do well in the Champions League and the Premier League? It's always one or the other, or they end up doing crap in both. Now, 33 Premier League seasons, only 3 times has a club won the league and Champions League. United twice and City once, and they were probably 3 of the best Premier League teams you've ever seen. It's so hard to compete in Europe and in the Premier League. United have got a massive advantage. The fact that we were so shit last year, we've got no European football. And the fact that European competition has been extended now. They're going to play a minimum of 8 games. Most of them teams will probably play 10, 12 games. That's a possible 10, 12 weeks of Premier League football disturbed by Europe. Now, it's not just the game after, it's the game before as well. So it's like 20 odd games that could be completely ruined by European football. More injuries, more fatigue, less rest. And United are just going to be sat there chilling on the training ground, in their ice baths, relaxing. And it's literally everyone we're competing against. Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, City, Newcastle, Spurs, Villa, Forest. Even Palace, who I didn't really think was a threat, but now I've seen them, they are actually a threat, Palace. They're a decent team. Now, before I talk about United, I want to talk about all our opposition. Now, forget the first 3. Forget the top 3. City, Arsenal, Liverpool. They're miles ahead of everyone. Nobody's competing for the top 3. That top 3 is done. I'm not sure what order. I'm not sure who's going to win the league. In fact, I'm probably going to do a separate video on that. But City, Liverpool and Arsenal have got the top 3 wrapped up. They're miles ahead of everyone else. But everyone else, I think there's genuinely a chance that United could grab 4th or 5th. Now, you're going to laugh at me. You are going to laugh at me. I'm going to explain why. So you look at the opposition. Spurs, for example. Yes, they beat us in the Europa League final. A one-off game, the worst game of football ever. But is anyone forgetting they're actually worse than us? They finished below us. 4 points below us. How do you finish 4 points below that United team? Spurs are terrible. And they've lost Son. And people will say, oh, Son's is past it, he's well old. I think he got some at daft like 17 goal contributions in the Premier League last year. I'd take a bit of that. They're going to miss him. Now, yeah, they've signed a couple of decent players. Paulinho on loan. I can't even say that. Paulinho on loan. Kudos. Is Kudos better than Son? Not a chance. So they've basically just tried replacing Son. I don't think Spurs are a decent team. Forest are a one-season wonder. Forest are a one-season wonder. I'll be shocked if Forest finish in the top 8. They just won't. They're not signing players. They've lost Elanga, who's one of the best players. And I will eat my own cock if Chris Wood scores 20 Premier League goals again. Newcastle. Look at Newcastle. They've had the transfer window from hell. There is something going on there. It's got nothing to do with money or FFP. They are slinging bids for massive money left, right and centre. They just can't attract the players. And the Isak situation is bending them right over. It has completely ruined their summer. Now, they're going to have to sell him. Now, they're not getting 150 million. They might get 120 million. But what the point? What is the point in having 120 million if you can't replace him? Spurs got a load of money for Bale. They couldn't replace him. United got a load of money for Ronaldo. We couldn't replace him. Newcastle cannot replace Isak, but they can't keep him either. They've completely screwed this situation up. It's taken over. They are in serious trouble. They look rattled and clueless at the minute. And then there's Chelsea. Now, Chelsea are probably the other team that I would think they've probably got fourth wrapped up. They are a decent team, but they must be knackered. They must be knackered. They played a serious amount of football last year. They won the Club World Cup. To be honest, I don't know how bothered a lot of them teams in it were. Chelsea were bothered. A lot of the other teams, I don't think they were that bothered. But they just haven't stopped playing football. They've had, about 10 days rest and they're back in pre-season. They must be knackered. They must be absolutely wiped out. And they've got about 1.6 million attacking players to keep happy. They've got some good attacking players, but how do they keep them all happy? And then they're going to sign Garnacho, and there's going to be one more, and he's arsey. He's proper arsey. He's going to cause them problems. And then there's teams like Brentford, who have lost their captain, and Mbeumo. Brighton are always kind of decent, aren't they? But I'm not too worried about them. And Bournemouth have lost half their team. So a lot of the teams above us haven't really got any better. And we have got better. And to be honest, even if we didn't sign any players, there was no way on earth we was going to have as terrible a season as we had last year. Now, on to United. We've already had a better transfer window than I could ever have imagined. I proper thought we were skin. I thought we were going to be doing some right deals. I thought we was going to be signing Ashley Barnes on a free, renewing Lindelof's contract, Calvert-Lewin on a free, Sander Berg for 9.3 million. But we've gone big. We've gone proper big. Kuna, Mbeumo, Sesko. If any other team would have signed that front three, they would have had hard-ons that would have given them serious blood pressure issues. And these were players in serious demand. These were players that turned down more money. We know that for a fact. Sesko could have got more money at Newcastle. Kuna and Mbeumo could have easily got the same, if not more money at Spurs, Newcastle, Chelsea, wherever they would have ended up. But they've turned down Champions League football to come play for United. This isn't a Di Maria or a Falcao who have just come for the money. These players buy into the project. They want Amorim. They want United. We have added a serious amount of firepower, some proper firepower. Mbeumo, 28 league goal contributions last season. Cunha, 21 league goal contributions last season. Sesko, 18 league goal contributions last season. 67 goal contributions we've added. Now, if you throw into that, Bruno's probably going to get 20. Ahmad might help himself to 15. Hopefully, Mount, Xerxes and Shido get a few. We are going to score some goals next season. Not only that, the physicality and speed we've added is so impressive. We've needed that. And also the technical ability of Kuna and Mbeumo. That has been massively lacking. And finally, players who want to create. Mbeumo and Kuna want to create. Rather than people like Rashford and Antony and Garnacho who just want to cut in and shoot. These are players who proper want to create. And I don't think we've finished. I don't think we've finished in the transfer market. I think we've got another fuck yes signing. Whether it's Donnarumma or Belieber or both. Imagine that. Just imagine that. There's something in Donnarumma, I reckon. PSG, they haven't even named him in the squad for the Super Cup. What a steal that would be. Pre-season has gone well. Performance have been good. Not amazing, but much improved. Everybody looks fit. Everybody looks lean. Everybody looks massively interested in together. I cannot remember the last time we had a pre-season like this. Normally our pre-seasons are tragic. Normally there's some kind of drama or distraction with pre-season and we go into the season completely unprepared. We actually look quite prepared for once. And it actually feels like there's a bit of a plan. It feels like everyone's on board. Ineos, the manager, the players, it feels like everybody is together. I think we're going to shock a few people. I'm telling you now, United are going to finish 4th or 5th. What do you reckon?